Hey everybody, Max here, and what you see on this page is actually the video that came across my feed yesterday. So the thumbnail that says Claude is irrelevant, or marking Claude as irrelevant in capital letters. The title repeats it. OpenAI just made Claude irrelevant, and here's why. The channel is called AI Impact, has just under 800 subscribers, and the speaker calls himself an AI architect. Naturally, when I saw that, I was curious, so I watched the whole thing. The very first thing I have noticed before I even got into the substance is that the speaker says in his own voice that Claude is irrelevant. And then a few minutes later in the same video, he also says Claude is the best. So both sentences are in the same upload. And I think that's worth pausing on, because what the most people will actually see is the thumbnail and the title, not the paragraph or the sections within the video. So they will probably get the wrong message. Let me talk through this using the framework that I usually use for pieces like this. This is a small operating system, as I call it, is the Debunker OS. It goes through basically 7 axes, so it tests the factual accuracy all the way down to the rhetorical manipulation of the piece. And I went and checked everything live. The channel, the school he runs, the Anthropic product names he mentioned. What I noticed up front is that there are no sources cited inside the video itself, which is interesting for something framed as the top news of this week. But let's get into it. So, quick context. The video is about 7.5 minutes, roughly 1,800 words spoken. The channel, AI Impact, has 790 subscribers and 31 videos total. So the author posts under the handle AI Impact, and as far as I can tell from his video and his school, it doesn't disclose real name, last name. Well, actually, maybe I have to make a correction here. The first name and the one of his partner are mentioned in the description of the video. The thing is, the video description starts with the words join our school here, and I want you to hold on to that statement, that invitation, because it'll come back. The first axis that we analyze is actually the factual accuracy, and I want to be completely fair here because the major facts in this video actually check out. So Opus 4.7 is real. Anthropic announcement, GitHub changelog, CNBC all covered the release. Claude Cowork also real. Anthropic's agent AI product for the knowledge work, basically. You can find it at anthropic.com/product/Claude Cowork. The $40 million Google investment in Anthropic, that also is real and shows up in Bloomberg, Reuters, CNBC. And the Anthropic postmortem he mentioned, so about Claude Code quality slipping in the last few weeks, that's also real. You can find comments on Reddit, for example. So there's one small thing, if, let's say, I want to be a bit picky on this. Jensen Huang, the founder of NVIDIA, called the founder of NVIDIA, actually is co-founder and CEO. It's a very minor thing. So the case I'm going to build on this video is not really about the fact check case, which they are all accurate. So all the single atoms hold up. The trouble is actually somewhere else. Which brings us to axis 2, the framing. Here's the title again. OpenAI just made Claude irrelevant. Notice the absence of any qualifier. No, I think, no, might be, just irrelevant in capital letters. That single word is doing a lot of work, and the thumbnail is only amplifying it. But the body of the video doesn't say that. It doesn't say irrelevant, it says catching up. So that's actually the thesis here, in his own word. OpenAI is starting to catch up on 3 features. And throughout the video, every sentence is kind of hedged. I think, it seems, to me, is getting closer. What the title strips out is exactly the honesty that the body still preserves, which is, I think, the most generous way to describe what's happening here. On the axis 3, we have the incentive alignment. So let's see a little bit where the money go. The video is, and I went and verified this live, a funnel for a Skool community. The community is called AI Impact, same name as the channel, $49 a month, escalating to $69 after the first 100 members. Currently at 31 paid members, according to the webpage, created in late January, so the community itself is about 3 months old. The owner is basically going by pseudonyms, and all the social profile fields in the Skool page seem to be quite empty. And look, actually, none of them on its own disqualifies him. I mean, everybody can just, create their own Skool community. I just want to lay it out because it's the context. The video's structural job is to route you or any viewers to that page. So, and here where it comes. In 1,800 words, he mentions the Skool 5 times. The first one in sort of a casual kind of thing, like in our Skool community. The second is a bit more gated. He made a custom skill and you can have it if you want to join. Then he mentions my company Starmine, then my swarms method. And the outro is the explicit call to action, of course. Come to the Skool, become a power user. So the video itself isn't subtle about what it wants you to do. The axis 4, the authority, and this is the part I find, let's say, interesting, because it isn't the Skool size or the subscriber count or the pseudonym. It's something more subtle than that. In the video, he frames himself like, and I quote, "I release the top news that I see as an AI architect." So technical practitioner, basically. But in his own Skool page, his own commercial offering, the page the video is trying to send you to, the tagline reads, "AI impact led by business people who mastered AI, not the other way around." That's his own positioning. And it's the opposite of the in-video framing. He's the business person on the commercial page. He's an AI architect in the news commentary by his own framing and his own on his own products, basically. Axis 5, the video makes a market state claim. So Claude is irrelevant. And the evidence offered is, and I quote, "Whenever I test it, it does seem to do better." That's the entire benchmark. No prompt set, no number of runs, no comparison protocols, no SWE bench, no MMLU, no ADER. Zero independent measurements, which again is fine for a personal opinion video, but the title is not framed as a personal opinion. Axis number 6 is the internal consistency. And this is where the case really lands. So the title says OpenAI just made Claude irrelevant, again, capital letter. Afterwards, same upload, paragraph 11, it's actually the section of the transcription. In his own voice, "I think Claude is better." Same paragraph, 2 sentences later, "Claude Code still is better, especially at planning." And paragraph 13 or section 13, "Claude is the best product in the market right now." So the viewer who only sees the thumbnail walks away with one fact. The viewer who watches all the way to paragraph or section 11 walks away with exactly the opposite. Both are looking at the same upload. And the way YouTube works, most viewers will see the thumbnail. Axis 7, last one, and here is where it stops being about this single video, because when I scan the rest of the channel, this title structure is not a one-off, it's the channel template. This week's video, the one we are looking at, is OpenAI just made Claude irrelevant. Earlier on the same channel, and this is just sitting there in his back catalog, Google just made Claude irrelevant, same shape, different competitor. And then there's a stretch of just killed OpenClaw videos. I count 3 of those. There's just changed everything. There's game changer. There's forever. I counted at least 12 out of his 31 videos that use this template, which means the hyperbole is not anchored to a particular verdict. So the thing is, when Claude is winning, Claude just killed OpenClaw. When OpenAI ships features, OpenAI just made Claude irrelevant. What's stable across the channel is the engagement bait shape, not an actual claim about who's winning. And inside this single upload, you can count 8 more named manipulation patterns stacked on top of each other. Title body inversion, 1. Manufactured urgency, I think it's worth doing this week. Self-bestowed credentials, hedge word laundering, for example, the one we just talked about. Authority by paraphrase, the Jensen quote. In-group flattery, AI power users like you. Followed immediately by we can take you from 0 to power user, which contradicts itself in 2 sentences. The newsroom register without the newsroom standards, and basically anecdote as evidence. So the rhetoric is not deployed in the format, the rhetoric is actually the format. And I want to pause here and be careful because there's a line I'm not gonna cross. I cannot prove this video was paid for by anyone. There's no evidence of sponsorship by OpenAI, Anthropic, Google, and the model level facts, the video sites, Opus 4.7, Claude Cowork, the quality postmortem, the 40 billion Google method, those all hold up against primary sources. So the atoms are real. What I can tell you is what I just walked through. The title contradicts the body. The creator runs a small paid community under a pseudonym. His commercial offering tagline contradicts the technical framing he uses on camera. And the headline shape basically repeats across the channel against different competitors. Each of those things is checkable, and the shape is actually the story. So composite shape is framing, consistency, and rhetoric spike. 3 axes pinned at 9 out of 10. Incentive at 7, authority at 6. And the interesting thing is factual accuracy is the lowest score in the chart. A 3, because the dishonesty is not in the sentences. They are quite accurate actually, and they're checkable, verifiable. It's in the gap between the title and the body, and in the channel-wide pattern, which is the hardest kind of pattern to catch with traditional fact-checking because there's nothing wrong at the sentence level. So, quick framework in case you run into another video like this one. We have 4 checks. 1, read the body. If it's full of I think, the title is doing the audience shaping work and not the analysis. Case 2 or check 2, scan the channel. If the same template appears against multiple competitors, the hyperbole is the format and not the verdict. 3, check the funnel. Skool link in the description, multiple in-script promotion, pseudonyms operator. That's a funnel video and not a news video. And 4, demand benchmarks. I tested it without a methodology. It's just a vibe. It's not a measurement. Session export, 7 of 7 axes traversed. This is the output of our debunker tool. 11 findings, composite shape, framing plus consistency, and rhetoric spike. And the recommended framing is what I just walked you through. It stays carefully within what the evidence actually support. So, did OpenAI make Claude irrelevant? Well, the thing is, it says Claude is the best. So, debunk radar, 7 axis forensic, the shape is actually the story. Thanks again for following this and stay with me until this point. I'm honestly quite tired to see this sort of videos that are polluting really good material around. I'm very much into technology. I love technology, as a matter of fact. And I want to be able to come to YouTube and see things that can really improve myself, not a bunch of ads masked as videos that basically have another purpose rather than sharing knowledge, spreading knowledge. So I will come back in a few days with another video. I already have one in the pipeline that I'm already monitoring. And so, yeah, enjoy this video. I hope you like this sort of videos, because I'm going to create more. If you have any, just write it in the comments below, and I will apply our debunker OS to those videos as well. Thanks again. Hope all is well with you, and I wish you a great rest of the day, of the week, of the month, and see you on the next. Bye, everyone.